Okay, Pete Diamond here in Jacksonville, Florida, and today we're talking about a Flex 5600SXT water softener valve, which is acting goofy. I noticed that we were getting hard water in the house, and upon inspection I discovered that the brine tank was not filling, so ran it through a manual cycle, and this is what I observed. So I've taken the back cover off. So this cam here will turn. So the first step in the process is it does a quick flush, and then it goes to the brine drawer. And in order for that to happen, this part of the cam will come around here and depress the brine drawer valve down, and that will allow it to, while it's flushing, draw the brine solution up from the tank. That is, in my case, it's set for about an hour, and then once that's completed, it's supposed to go to a rapid rinse cycle, and then finally it's supposed to go to a brine fill cycle. Well, the issue that I have is this cam turns to here, opens up the brine drawer, and then even though the screen is saying it's going on to the next step and it's counting down, that cam doesn't move. And then finally, when the cycle is complete, it will move, and the second one of these will momentarily depress this, and you'll get 3 to 5 seconds of brine fill, and then it shuts off. So I think I might have come up with the solution. Now, in your troubleshooting, there are a number of reasons why your brine tank may not fill, so go ahead and look at those options first. There can be an issue with this, there can be an issue with the little meter screen in here, there can be maybe a crack in the tubing that's going into the tank, there could be an issue with the float valve assembly. So once you've exhausted all of those, or if you take the back off the cover and you see this issue with the cam not advancing properly, then this might be the issue. So on the other side of these cams, behind those cams, there are two little micro switches, and those are what tell the computer board, control board, that these cams have moved into the right position. So if either one of those micro switches goes bad, that can cause a timing issue with these gears, because the computer loses track of where these cams are, and so that's what I suspect has happened with mine. Now, to get to those micro switches, there's a screw on each side of the face cover, one here and one on the other side. You remove those and then take off this face cover. So let me do that real quick. So with those two screws undone, the face cover will drop out, and these two cam switches are located right here. For safety's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and unplug the unit from the mains power, and then we're going to go ahead and remove those two screws and take a look at these two micro switches. So with the power disconnected, I'm just loosening these two screws to take this face cover off. Let me finish that. And as you can see, there are two micro switches. They're both exactly the same, and I have two new ones here that just came in. Let's go in the salt, because I dropped it in the salt tank. So I'm going to swap those out, and we'll see if that makes a difference. And they're very easy to slide in and out because they're just on spade connectors. There are 3 terminals. Okay, 1, 2, and this one up here, 3. So you just slide it out and then slide in the new one. Just make sure, obviously, that that's all connected properly, and then we're just going to put it back in with the 2 bolts through it. Okay, I went ahead and plugged the unit back in. Those 2 micro switches were swapped out. Super easy to do. Now I'm going to run it, and we'll look at the screen and the cam. And so this is the proper function of this water softener. So you can watch this part of the video, and if yours isn't doing this properly, then you'll know that that's the issue that you're having too. So I'm going to press and hold the regenerate button. If you can see on the screen, it's saying backwash, and what's happening is the cam is moving around. You can see that it's moving, and both of them are moving, and it's getting ready to depress this center plunger. And now the water's starting to run. And when these cams stop moving, these dashes will go away and the countdown will begin. So there we go. So we have backwash 10 minutes. So I'm going to advance it. And this is now the brine draw step. So again, you'll see this cam turning, and it's going to depress the brine draw piston, and you can hear now it is drawing up the brine from the brine tank, and if you feel the hose you can feel that it's actually doing something. So again, it will be dashes on the screen until those cams reach home. I believe it has. And now the countdown begins. So mine's set for 1 hour brine draw. And again, you can feel the hose here, and you can feel that there's water rushing through it. Okay, so this is the place where if you're having an issue, it hangs up at, because I'm going to press the button again. And it's going to advance to the rapid rinse stage. And what you'll find is, if you're having a problem, the cam doesn't move on that rapid rinse stage. Mine is moving properly, and it's doing the rapid rinse, and it'll bring this second brine cam down to here, and it'll stop. And the main valve is opening for a rapid rinse. And here it goes. We should have a countdown on the screen. Not yet, hasn't finished moving. I think it's moved now. And we have a 10-minute rapid rinse cycle. And now, one more time, this is your brine fill, the BF, and the cam is moving around, and the second one of these is going to now activate the brine fill. And let's look in the tank. And we have brine fill. So it is working properly. So if yours isn't doing all of those steps, if your cam gets hung up, and I'll put a link in the description below to a forum post that I read that turned me on to this, and see if the description that he gives in that forum makes sense to you, if this isn't making sense to you. But if you're having an issue with this cam going out of time, then it is these micro switches I haven't bothered bench testing them, I probably will. I just went ahead and swapped them both, and I'll put a link in the description below for where you can buy these. They were super cheap, like $4 each and $6 to ship them. So yeah, easy peasy. So in fact, I've just bench tested both of these micro switches. So you got a normally open, so you got a common, normally open, normally closed terminal, and both of these switches functioned perfectly. So it could very well be that the wiring connectors were loose, so you can check those first. I did see that on there. Somebody said it was a known issue with these, that the wiring connectors come loose. For my money, while I was in there, I just put on the new switches. They're super cheap. But I guess the first step you could try is just to unplug the terminals from both of these and re-plug them in, and see if that makes your issue go away. Now I'm just going to tighten up these two screws, let this finish doing a brine fill, and then I'll make it do a full regeneration cycle later tonight once the kids have gone to bed. So, P. Diamond, Jacksonville, Florida. Hope this is helpful. Thanks for watching.